What's going on, Miami Dolphins fans? Welcome back to the Fins Up Network. In today's video, we're going to be discussing another running back in the 2022 NFL Draft that the Dolphins may have their eye on just because of where he is projected to fall in the draft. And that running back is from Alabama, Brian Robinson, 6'1", 225 pounds. We're talking about a power back. But before we get started on Robinson, your homework assignment: can't have a lazy listener. If you want the Miami Dolphins to draft a running back in this year's draft, go ahead and give this a like. Also, leave a comment on which running back you would prefer the team to take. But let's dive into Robinson here because he didn't become a featured running back at Alabama until last year. He took that extra year of eligibility due to the pandemic. But before that, he was sitting behind Najee Harris, a first-round prospect at running back, so that's kind of commendable at that point. But he got his chance. Last year, he ran for over 1,300 yards, rushed for 14 touchdowns, nearly added another 300 through the air, another 2 touchdowns through the air. And actually, he was setting records. He set an Alabama Bowl record for most rushing yards in a bowl game. In the Cotton Bowl, he ran for 204. And he led the conference in rushing touchdowns last year. We're talking about the power conference in college football. Led it in rushing touchdowns. But he's a power back. He's got the large frame, 225 pounds. And even at that weight, he still ran a 4.53. So he's not a burner, but 4.53 is booking at a guy at 225 pounds. But reliable, a guy that's not going to lose the ball. 2 career fumbles, none last year when he received his most usage. End of the day, he's a finisher. He's grinding out the tough yards. It's taking quite a bit to get him down. He keeps his feet moving through contact. He is getting as much as he can on every single carry. But where does that kind of hurt him? He's a large target for defenders. He can struggle to make defenders miss due to his size. But you know what? At that size, that's typical for that kind of running back. So you can't even really hold that against him. That's just the type of running back he is. Decent speed, but we talked about that 40 time, but he's not a consistent home run hitter. I found this stat to be kind of remarkable. 545 career carries, 3 of them went for more than 25 yards. So definitely not the home run, big play hitter, but just that grinded out type of guy. But you talk about that physical running back as well. And despite being in college for 5 years, good tread left on the tires because of that limited usage. But end of the day, we're looking at a power back who will be at his best if he can one cut, get upfield, and just make defenders get in his way and just punish defenders. That's what he's going to end up being, his calling card at the next level. But we look at the NFL mock draft database where they project him to go. They've got him in the 4th round, 108 overall, which is that early 4th round period. As we all know, the Dolphins have a 3rd, a 4th, 2 7s. But let's talk about that potential fit with the Dolphins because, once again, he's that running back that can provide a little bit something different. He can provide a different skill set to the table. And I've talked about that with a couple of other running backs that we've done draft profiles on. He's that guy that can get the tough yards. I've talked about Jerome Ford, the guy that can have the power, but Jerome Ford has that home run ability that Robinson really doesn't have. You talk about that old analogy, thunder and lightning backfield. Obviously, he is the thunder in what could potentially be like a thunder and lightning backfield in years to come, whether it's him and Chase Edmonds or him and Mostert if they end up extending him. But he can eat up carries. He can wear down a defense. He's going to grind out the tough yards, and he would give the team a physical presence in the backfield. But that's what we've got for Brian Robinson. Like I said, if you want the Dolphins to go ahead and snag a running back at some point in the draft, go ahead and give this video the thumbs up. Let's hear your preference of NFL draft running backs as well. Drop that in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribing. The quest for 1,000 continues today, and until it's draft week, fans, it is draft week. So let's get set. Just a few days away now, but until next time, Dolphins fans, have yourself a good one.